Welcome back to Cryptids and Cold Ones, Cryptid Observation Corner. I'm John.
And I'm Evan.
And I'm Kyle.
And today we have a very special cock to put out to everyone. We have Christian with us today. He's going to share some of his stories and sightings with us. I think that'll be a little more exciting than our normal banter.
I think so too.
Usually we just like drum up some stuff from the internet last minute, and this is excellent. This is awesome.
John never prepares anything for these, but he does all the editing, so it's okay.
There you go. Even Steven.
Basically, Kyle and I scrambling to find stuff for the show, and John's like, "Okay, what kind of bullshit am I putting together tonight?"
Yeah, we bring the cock and
what do I have to edit out?
I don't edit much out at all.
No,
That's good.
No,
we've had a few
there's only
blunders.
there's only been like 2 episodes where Evan said something anti-Semitic. I had to take it out. So
I did not.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
And
kidding.
also against the Dutch, anti-Dutch as well.
You can be as anti-Canadian as you want. I'll leave all that in, and then I'll play Freebird.
And Ohio and the French.
Got to throw in Indiana.
Yeah, we definitely do a lot in Ohio
Honorable mention.
and in the French.
Yeah, Gary, Indiana, man.
Well,
do we want to get
Evan's our
into
interviewer.
this interview?
Yeah, Evan's our interviewer.
Excellent.
You're Dr. Phil.
So, I am Dr. Phil. So, Christian, tell us a little bit about your background. You're sharing with listeners, obviously. Just kind of give us an idea of who Christian is.
Oh, let's see. Well, I have a penchant for sharp things, fire, and swearing. You know, those are all 3 things I really like.
Hell yeah.
No, I was a chef for almost 25 years. Worked all kinds of places. Worked for the PGA Tour. I worked for private families and did that, and then I kind of got tired of that, and so I went back to being a butcher, and that's what I kind of do now. And
Cool.
you know, I work at a family-owned custom meat market in a little town called Jerome, not too far from here. And yeah, so that's I guess the majority of it. I went to Grand Valley State University, and then when I graduated from there, I worked for the police department down in Dallas, Texas for about 7 years. So that's kind of the long and short of it.
Man, you get a little bit of everything. That's kind of cool.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And clearly you didn't cook for the White House because you're still here. So
No.
You didn't go paddleboarding with Obama?
So, you guys should know I have dick friends. So you'd have to ask anyone who comes on the show that knows he's a pretty interesting person.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So Chris is here today because saw a sighting, I guess I should say.
You've seen a sighting?
Yeah.
Well, Christian, in a sighting, decent amount of time outdoors, don't Christian?
Yes, I do. Yep. I spend a lot of time hiking and doing that kind of stuff, going up north, spending time up in the UP. And that UP was actually where I had my sighting.
Ah.
Yep.
in God's country.
You hunt. Yeah, in God's. So I'm getting at here. It's safe to say that you spend a decent amount of time in the woods.
Yes.
And you're familiar familiar with the flora and fauna of our great state?
Oh yes, most definitely.
So obviously, we kind of talked about this earlier. You Bigfoot.
I did.
What you're doing that put you in the woods at the time of your sighting?
Well, this was back in 1999, and I had headed out to the western end of the UP out to Ontonagon to do some fishing. And I was fishing on the lower end of the Bond River Falls. That was where I had decided to go. And you want me to just go into the whole thing, or?
Oh no, I'm gonna tease this out a bit.
Okay, yeah.
I got more questions.
I had planned on doing a solo fly fishing trip, and I had kind of worked my way across the UP, and I ended up in Ontonagon. And like I said, I was fishing the lower part of the Bond River Falls, and that was where I had my sighting.
So, about how from the inhabited area, like city? I'm not gonna necessarily say like cities. You know, it's the UP. They have like towns.
I mean, I guess it was probably, I don't know, I guess it was probably 6 or 7 miles outside of town, outside of Ontonagon.
And I've not been to the Western UP, to be 100% honest. I must say that. How far away is that from like Wisconsin?
I'm thinking, I can tell you.
I'm pulling it up on the map right now. It's pretty close to Paulding.
Yeah, me too. Jeez. He's out there. You are out there.
And while you guys are looking that up, get the Ontonagon.
It's about a half-hour drive north of Wisconsin.
Yep.
Population as of
my TISM
2020 was 1,285.
Okay, so we're in a pretty small town, and there. I just needed that information for my personal TISM. I don't know if the listener or not. So now that in mind, what time of day did this sighting happen?
This was early in the morning. I mean, this was just like right after, maybe an hour after daybreak. So it was probably at that time of year, it was probably 7 in the morning. Between 7 and 7:30 in the morning.
Would you say you had full light conditions though?
I did.
And I guess what were you doing at that time? Were you actually fishing, or were you doing a camping thing? What was going on at that particular time when you had the sun?
I had actually parked my truck, and I was working my way down to the below the falls to get ready for fishing. I hadn't even made it to the river. I hadn't made it to the river yet, but I can tell you this: I hadn't made it to the river yet, and I was walking, and I literally, all the hairs stood up on the back of my neck, and I just had goosebumps, and I had this feeling like something is watching me. And that was the first thing that kind of set me on about it.
Gotcha. So this was before you even saw anything.
I hadn't seen anything. I just like literally, you know how you get that feeling where you're like you're being watched, but you can't see anything. that's exactly what the feeling was that I had.
100%. I get that. So John has had a similar experience. He didn't actually see anything, but and I've seen something, and it definitely freaked me out. So you're in good company here, just so you know.
Right
Yeah,
on.
I heard whooping, and then it was like my whole body went hot, and then I was just like, I gotta get out of here.
Oh wow. Okay.
And
Now
I was
whereabouts was
actually
this?
It was right in between Rose City and Mayo.
Okay. Okay.
yeah, man. It's pretty wild, and that's a pretty consistent thing across the board. Are you fairly from Bigfoot related stuff? I mean, do you look into this stuff your own?
I do some. I did after that happened, and periodically I look at stuff, but not a lot. I should definitely look into it more, but I definitely, once there was more access to the internet and everything, I definitely checked out more, to make sure I just wasn't losing my mind, batshit crazy. But I've definitely realized that there's a lot more people out there that have had these experiences than what I had thought.
There's enough that we have a surprisingly successful podcast at this point.
There you go.
So take me back to exactly like what you saw, like in the distance, that whatever you saw when you saw it was.
Yeah, like I said, I had that feeling, and then so I started walking down, and I was almost down to the river, and I heard something. I heard like branches snapping in the woods, and I turned around, and this thing had to have been 7.5 feet tall. And the first thing that got me was the fucking smell. I mean, I've smelled decomp before, and decomp compared to this smelled like roses and fucking sunshine. I mean, the smell was just terrible, and
Wow.
and it was let me see, it was like shaggy fur, but it almost looked like that moss that hangs off the trees, like
Oh
the
yeah.
sphagnum
Yep.
moss, that kind of green, like real stringy moss.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of that's what my eye was catching, was that's what it was like, covered in.
That's a crazy detail. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it
And
was
like
like
what color was it? Like, so I'm picturing that you're talking about, but what color was the
it was brown. It was brown, but it didn't have like that. It didn't have like that hair consistency like you would see, like, when people post the pictures of the Bigfoot, and it's just this big hairy beast. It was just like, it was brown, but it was just more, the hair was just like more like stringy, almost like,
Yeah.
not like dreadlocks, but like, you know what I mean? It was just,
Yeah,
it
like
was just
actual like
hanging.
white string, like a thicker
Yeah,
consistency, but not quite a
right.
dreadlock or
Right,
yeah.
but it was
Yeah.
brown, but it had that weird consistency.
When you said that moss though,
and
that
you'd call
really
it,
hit it for me.
yeah, same here, because you got that. It made me think very
I was
coarse.
thinking, sorry to cut you
Uh,
off, because I was thinking like a ghillie suit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of that
That's what
consistency, but
X.
it was the brown hair color, but it was more like that consistency of like a ghillie suit.
yeah. That's crazy. Huh.
How far would you say this was from you when you saw it?
35, 40 feet.
Whoa.
Mm.
Do you have
That's
a gun
too
on
close
you?
for comfort.
Just
No, I did
curious.
not. I don't ever go in the woods
Ooh.
now without one.
The
Okay, so we got a
uh,
PTSD gotcha.
a fishing
Oh,
rod doesn't hit
yeah.
the same as a
Yeah.
9mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't go any in the woods anymore without one.
Don't you carry it?
I do. Yep.
That's
If
what's up.
I couldn't remember.
That's a woods gun.
So
Yeah, I've got a Glock 20
it
Gen
certainly
4.
is. Heck yeah. So how long would you say that you had this thing in your eye line? Like how long did you see it?
It seemed like an eternity, but it was probably about less than a minute.
When you saw it, what was it doing? Was it looking at you, or was it
It was just
bent
standing
over?
there. It was just standing
Looking
there
at you?
looking at me. Wasn't
Damn.
moving, wasn't doing anything like that. It was just like checking me out. I can tell you the first thing I did was I was like, I hope this motherfucker can't swim, and I started backing into the river because I was like, I had nowhere else to go because if I went back up the path, I was going to have to go past it again.
Hell no.
So, I saw it and I was like, if I double back, I'm like, so it was like, I had my waders on and everything, and I just started backpedaling into the river.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I got nowhere to go. And I didn't know what this thing was going to do. So fortunately, it just like I said, I mean, it seemed like an eternity, but then all of a sudden it was just like gone into the woods.
You saw it run
Now,
away?
did it back away?
No, it just walked off. It just
Oh.
like it made eye contact, and then it was just like it just lumbered back off into the woods.
So 40 feet away, you could smell something that bad that far away. That's damn.
Oh yeah, it was like it stunk.
Did it have a distinct sound? Like, did it sound heavy as it moved, or?
Oh yeah, it was like, I mean, you could hear stuff breaking under it as it like left to go through the woods. I mean, you could feel, I mean, not feel it, but you could hear things cracking when it was walking away. I mean, like I said, it had to have been 7.5 feet tall. I couldn't tell you how much it weighed, but I mean, I'm sure it was well over 300 pounds, 400 pounds.
It's always been something that's interesting to me is how they can sneak up on people being that big.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, it's interesting to like, did you hear anything after you seen it? And then it was like, well, I guess I can turn off stealth mode,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because it was so weird, because it was like when I saw it, I hadn't heard a single thing. Like I hadn't heard it come up. Like I hadn't heard any branches cracking or anything. It was just like I looked up and it was there.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
what's
was
always
like,
so crazy to me about it.
And I was like, how the hell does something this big move like that and not make any noise?
So did you obviously got a fairly decent look at the face. Did it have hair on its face? Was it bearded, or was it like no hair on the face?
It had hair on the face, and it was like hair on the face, and there was like a little bit of, it seemed like there was a little bit of open skin on the forehead and a little bit of open skin like underneath the eyes. But then the rest of it was just completely covered.
And what color was the skin?
Well, it was brown. It was like a dark brown.
Brown?
Yeah.
Dark brown. Did you see eye color at all?
Yellow.
Yellow?
Yep.
And how to describe the brow, the and the looks of the face. Like, are we talking like Neanderthal looking, or are we talking more like ape-like?
The impression, I mean, from like the forehead structure and everything, it was like, to me, it was like more ape faced. I mean, it had a little bit larger forehead and it just had that kind of like that high cheekbone structure. But definitely had a bigger forehead. And that was, that was what I remember from it.
Did you see teeth at all?
No.
No. Okay. I was just curious about teeth. I see you had them than I did. Like, I'm happy that I didn't have as good of a sighting as you did, but kind of jealous at the same time, if it makes sense.
Right. Sure. Yeah, I wouldn't care to have another one. I can tell you that.
So, I have questions here that I'm looking through, but we've been answering them along the way. After this, did you have any, after it's gone, I guess, how did you react? Did you stay where you were? Or did you
Hell
have any
no.
feelings or emotions? I wouldn't either.
The only emotion I had was getting back to my fucking truck.
Did you take that route back that you were talking about?
What's that?
Did you take that path back that when he walked
Well,
away?
yeah, I mean, because
that he was on.
when you go down that way, that's the only way back up.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
you've got a path that goes down to the lower falls, and you basically got to turn around and go back to get back up to the to the upper falls.
That
up
walk
to where
back
you
had to be scary as shit. Oh God.
What's that?
That walk back had to be scary as shit.
Oh my God. I was like, I never moved. My fat ass never moved so fast in my life.
So, I guess, how far away were you parked from where you were at?
Couple hundred yards. Seemed like 5 miles.
So you didn't have to go that.
Is
I can imagine.
do they have a, like, Tequamanon Falls has, the big parking lot, and do they have that same?
Yeah, it's the same deal. I mean, there's a big parking area and everything, but at that time of the day, I mean, there's, nobody's down there. So it's like, you're getting the few early people that are coming down, but there's barely anybody down there at that time. But yeah, it was probably a couple hundred yards to get from where I was back up to my truck.
So were you staying in the general area?
Oh,
what's that?
What was that, Kyle?
So
Evan. Oh,
okay.
Were
you?
There's such a
a
little delay.
Evan, go.
There's a little delay.
Go, Evan.
Okay, I'm going. Were you staying in the general area of where the sighting was?
I had actually, when I was done, I was planning on heading back to, I was going to go see some friends in Calumet. So, I had just planned on leaving to go back and stay with them and then, work my way back home. So no, I had not been like camping in the general area.
Gotcha. I was going to ask you some question woo portion of sometimes when these things, they see strange light orbs and stuff in the woods at night. And curious, but I weren't in that area around the sighting.
Right.
I would ask though, on that. Did a weird one that a lot of people tend to suggest. Did you feel it was trying to communicate with you at all when you saw it there?
I don't know. I mean, it was so strange because it was just like it was so focused on looking at me. I mean, it wasn't doing anything. It was just watching me. And that was the weirdest thing because it wasn't like moving, it wasn't like trying to come toward me or do anything. It was just like staring. And it was just weird, I mean, I don't know how else to explain.
Mhm.
I don't know if I don't know if it was trying to or not, but it was just it was just that tense time there where it's just watching you and you're like, okay, what is this thing gonna do?
Was it almost like
Gotcha.
he was just as surprised to see you as you were surprised to see him?
That's kind of how I felt because it was like I saw it and I was like, whoa, what the hell? And this thing's like just watching me, and I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Bro just woke up to you in his house.
Yeah.
Christian, when you were walking back, like did the smell dissipate or go away when it was gone? Like you smelled
did.
it when it was there and then it went away?
I mean, like when I was probably, I don't know. I don't know how far I was, but yeah, I mean, it was like basically once it went back into the woods and I was just a little bit away, then I really couldn't smell anything again.
Yeah.
But it was just such a pungent odor. I mean, just,
Yeah. I kind of know, like I've been in the area when deer are like mating and they have that scent. It's not, I mean, it's pungent, but like that's probably got to be like 10 times the smell of that. Like
it was just a terrible smell,
wow. Huh.
It's like a trailer park in West Virginia.
Hell yeah.
She dang, boy.
So now, obviously, from what you're saying, you kind of just beat feet and got out of there. But did you went by where it was? Did you see any impressions in the ground or anything like that where you could have seen tracks?
I didn't go that far into the woods, to be honest. I was not interested in going that far.
Armed with my fishing pole.
Yeah.
I was like, no. I probably should have, but I was like, you know what? I'm getting the hell out of here. Knowing my luck was going to be hiding behind a tree.
That's 100% fair. I knew that one stretch. I wouldn't have done that either. In fact, where I was when I saw what I saw, I'd go into the woods at all. So I'm with you. So
I may have been a little ballsier if I had some firepower, but seeing as I didn't have any.
There's so many stories of people like unloading on them and not hurting them, so I can't imagine hitting them with the fly rod's really gonna do more than just annoy them.
That is for certain. So that you said earlier that you won't go into woods without some sort of firepower. Has it impacted how you see woods at all other than that?
No. I mean, it hasn't affected me. Like, I don't want to spend time in the woods. I mean, my wife and I spend a lot of time out there, and that's what we like to enjoy. And it has not caused me like any issues about doing that at all. I mean, I didn't let it affect me in that point. I feel like I'm probably a little more hyper vigilant when I'm in the woods, but beyond that, no.
Would you go back? Have you been back to that spot since?
I have
That
not,
fishing?
and not
No?
because of the fact that I didn't want
Right.
to. It's just, you know, life changes and things happen, and
Gotcha.
actually, that was in '99, and then in 2003, my wife and I moved. Well, she wasn't my wife at the time we were dating, but we moved down to Texas. So we were
Oh.
living in. We moved down to Texas in 2003, and we were there from 2003 to 2014. So, you
Oh,
know,
okay,
and
yeah.
just, you know, we were down there, and then we moved back here, and, you know, jobs,
Yeah.
and you know how it goes. It's
Oh
just,
yeah.
I would definitely love to go back there. I just, you know,
Hell yeah.
one of those
That's
things.
that's a long drive. How long of a
Yeah.
drive is it up here from our area? Would you say like 8 hours probably, or?
It's about, I think it's pushing almost 14.
I was close.
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
about 14 hours.
It's a hike to get up to that area. There was one time for work they told me I was working in Houghton, so I went to Houghton Lake.
Mm-hmm.
And they said no, Houghton Hancock, and I said, well, where the hell is that at?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
another
like
another
place
6.5 hours.
Yeah, the place that I went after this happened, which is in Calumet, is like if you go straight up the Keweenaw Peninsula from Houghton, it's about another an hour and a half. I think it's about an hour from once you reach Houghton, and then to get to Ontonagon, you're going west from there. So yeah, I think it's right around 14 hours.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
Bigfoot was like, "What in the fuck are you doing here?"
Exactly.
What? That's why he was looking at you. He's like, "What?" 7 a.m. dude.
People don't realize how big of a
Yeah.
skin really is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So I should also know that LaRue Bob.
Yeah. Is that him?
This is us.
That's
Yes,
him.
this is
Awesome.
the guy, it's Mark LaRue.
Connecting dots.
Awesome. We have
Glad
used that.
Glad you guys are enjoying it.
We have used that to crack a few cold ones.
There you go.
Yes. So, yeah, they're all questions.
Right on.
It's an absolutely insane story, and I'm glad like dig into it much with you ahead of time because it's wild, and it's enjoyable that listeners in this say like actual like realistic response and questions story.
Sure. Yeah.
So, yeah. Obviously, not questioning you. We've shipped many times for me to question the legitimacy of your stories, sir. So,
Hey,
yeah.
oh, and by the way, I think I found somebody that can engrave that flag on a Zippo.
Really?
Yeah.
Hells yeah. We have some projects that we're looking at doing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get a little more details, but then if I can, I'm gonna get one made up for you.
I appreciate it, good sir. Christians
No worries.
with one weekend a year that I smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, we knock a few back.
Yeah, look, it's like one weekend and 3 packs of cigarettes in one weekend, good sir. Yeah, I did do that.
Yeah, now I let my lungs repair for a year.
That
Exactly.
that used to be my job to take care of him when he drank. So it's good to see he's in good hands.
Oh yeah. We we do bad things, and it works out well.
He always jokes that I was the guilty conscience of the friendship.
No, see, you're the guilty conscience.
I think all of you have seen stuff.
You're the guilty conscience. I'm the enabler.
I'll take the left
There's one
shoulder. You
time
get
he
the right
came up-
shoulder.
There we go.
There's one time, I think it was 2021, you came up, and I was, you need to come up Thursday night. We're gonna be hanging out, and he gets there about 8, and I'd been there since 3, and I was hitting it hard, and I could barely walk by the time he got there. I was like, "Ah." Y'all have seen me that way.
Jeez.
Oh, you were hammered.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Many such cases.
So many such. So yeah, no, that's all I got, man. Thank
Okay,
you
man.
so much, show.
Oh, I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
You are our first guest other no.
Right on.
Just because I have opening in my basement.
Yeah,
You
he's
what?
like, you can he lets us record in the basement.
Oh, there you go. Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Pretty much. This is all our midweek show, so we're not actually together. We're all over the state
Sure.
right now. So
I do find it interesting when you hear people getting that reaction out of this creature, like it being just a surprise to see you as you are it, because you got to think it spends all of its time in the woods, so it's got to be
Right.
pretty alert to everything. So you didn't hear it coming and it didn't hear you coming, then all of a sudden it's like, what the hell?
Exactly. I'm like, oh man, this is not good. But it didn't turn out
It's
bad, I guess.
one of those things. It's one of those things. I wonder if it's just as I am about him.
Right.
He's just mad because he stinks. He needs a shower before guests arrive.
Exactly.
Oh shit! I forgot to ask. Did you see Bigfoot's junk? I mean, like, I had to.
No.
It's like,
If it was a woman, it was a big woman.
That's a huge
bitch.
Oh man!
So the question goes unanswered: does Bigfoot have a red rocket?
I wasn't about to have it say turn your head and cough.
Oh man.
Yeah, I appreciate having a guest on here that I could joke around with a bit like
Heck
this.
yeah.
I asked that question of somebody we didn't know.
Right.
Oh man!
Yeah, I do appreciate you coming on and sharing that with
I
us.
appreciate it, guys.
Yes, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right, guys.
We're gonna tag.
Awesome.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
cool. I appreciate it.
And the link once the episode is posted in.
Definitely
Oh
do.
yeah,
I'd like
yeah,
to hear
yeah.
it.
All right.
All right, guys. It was good meeting you.
Yeah, you have a good night.
Hey,
Thanks,
reclaim
man.
your foreskin, man.
All right.
Have a good one. Good night.
You, man.
Well,
I
that
wanna
was
go
that
there.
was that was great. I have not been to that particular area in the UP. I've been to a lot of the UP, but I have not been there, and it's
Oh, yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah, let's take a 14-hour drive. Jesus Christ.
I did not. I knew this. I know that he close to. He said he had a very close daylight sighting, but I didn't know it was that in depth, man. That's pretty awesome.
That's very close. That is a very close encounter.
And he's dead.
Yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have anything else you want to touch on during this episode?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well,
Too.
I guess it's never too late to escape into the wilderness and become the cryptid you always wanted to be.
Good night, guys.
Night.